Hi, thank you for joining me. I am Tamara and I am independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I have another altered um, paper pumpkin kit. A couple of different ideas. One of them we're taking right from, so when you get your paper pumpkin kit, it comes with all the instructions, how the cards, how they design the cards to look. But also on the back here, there's some additional ideas, and we're going to put that one together. So, if you didn't want to cut up your card, I believe they used Mossy Meadow for the background. But this is the back of the card. Both sides of that card that came with it had this pattern. So I just cut it in half. And this base is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And this card is a standard open, which is 5.5 wide by 4 1/4, but we're gonna orient it as a tent card. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and attach this, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my seal this time because I think that's a little bit quicker than my glue. And we're going to go ahead and attach this to the card base. Okay. There we go. And then this kit also came with some an extra embellishment, which is this honeycomb pattern. We're going to put that whole thing here. So we're going to go ahead and glue that. I'm going to glue all around the edges. Okay, and so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this card. I'm actually back to finish this a couple days later. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and finish assembling this card for the paper pumpkin alternative. Now I stamped and watercolored the flower as well as the leaves, and then fussy cut them out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, actually I'm gonna use some tear and tape on the back of this to make it easier to put on my leaves. You know, I kind of want some there and some kind of right there. Okay, so go ahead and remove this. And you can use glue for that. So I'm going to put 2 leaves on one side of the flower. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 3 on this other side. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and get another piece of tear and tape and just put it over the top of that so it just stays. Okay, so now we have our sunflower with our leaves. And I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on it, back. Okay. So we're going to just pop this up. We're just going to pop that up in the corner there. I'm going to put that kind of right there. Okay, I've already heat embossed this with white, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the corner at an angle. Well, actually, I think I'm just going to leave it like that and not cut the corner at an angle. And we're going to go ahead and pop this up as well. I'm just going to kind of put this, move that down a little bit. Okay, put this right about there. And I am cleaning and organizing, so I wanted to finish these videos before I finished moving stuff. And I do not know where my glue dots are at. So what we're gonna do, I have this mix of sequins right here. It's called the Sparkle and Shine Sequin Mix, and there's all kinds of like iridescent little stars and stuff like that. I wanted to see how I could use it as embellishments. So within that are these there's these little glass like half balls, I guess you would call them, that I want to go ahead. I'm going to use that. It kind of looks like sort of like dewdrops. So what I'm going to do is put some of this fine tip glue from a fine tip glue pen in here, and I'm just going to place them on the card. Got a little too much glue on that one. It'll dry and harden and it'll be clear. Okay, and then I'm going to put a couple more down towards the bottom around the flower here. So I'm going to put one there. And then I'll put one over here. Right there. Okay, I'll just let that dry. Can't find my glue dots, and I only have this little bit of this ribbon left. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put some right here and glue this on. It should hold this just fine. Glue that on. Okay, so that card is finished. I'm just going to go ahead and set this stuff aside to dry, or I'll go get a glue dot for that here in just a little bit. And I'm going to show you the finished card, another version of it, and this is when I had enough to tie a bow. Isn't that cute? So there's another paper pumpkin alternative. And then we have one more we're going to do from our envelope. I think I showed you that I was just taking punches, and so I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to punch this out. And I've already done one here. And what I did is I heat embossed with the stamp, with this decorative stamp that goes around this edge. And we're going to go ahead and glue this just to give it more substance to the back of that. Just make sure it's all lined up. Okay. Now I'm going to use the, I did a thinking of you stamp from another one, but I think we're going to go ahead and do this wishing you so much happiness. We're going to do it an angle that way, I think. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, and we're going to do that in Blackberry Bliss. Okay, there's that. Now, the card we're going to decorate doesn't need much, so I have my 5.5 by 11 scored at 4 1/4, so that's 4 1/4 and 5.5. But we're going to use this orientation, and this is the back of the card that we used that came in the paper pumpkin kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, oh, and the other thing is, this gold frame. We're going to use this gold frame, and how I got it is I just cut the honeycomb out from around it. And I'm actually going to use this one and get some glue on that and get this glued down. To the card base. Okay, that looks fairly straight. Straighten it a little bit more. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and glue the, oh, I got to cut this down a little bit. Okay, so this is five and an eighth, I believe, wide. Just measure from here. Yeah, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So we're going to cut this down to 5 1/8. And then cut this by 3 7/8. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, this I'm just going to glue flat. You could pop this up. I'm just going to glue this flat and set that right about there, making sure that it's straight. And then I have a piece of Mossy Meadow ribbon that I'm going to go ahead and put there and attach with the glue dot. Oh, here are my glue dots. See, I've reorganized everything and now I can't find anything. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these on there. And there's your other paper pumpkin alternative. I'm not going to do anything else with it. You could take Week Estella if you wanted to and just add some shimmer. Here is the other version that I made. And I did add Wink of Stella to that. All right, so there are your paper pumpkin versions, alternate versions. And there's still more to play with, but I think that's it for that. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.